Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Link. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and today I'm going to be discussing a very important transit, that is Sun's ingress in Gemini sign. Now, this is a sidereal zodiac that I'm using. So, as per the tropical, Sun has already ingressed in the Gemini sign, so don't get confused, because this is the sidereal zodiac, which is 24 degrees approximately behind the tropical zodiac. So that's the reason, we have, this kind of a difference. You'll find that, you're born under the Cancer zodiac, and, you're saying that as per Vedic system, you're in Gemini. It's because of the 24 degrees. Maybe sometimes it's also Gemini, in both the systems, because 24 degrees, if you're born in at around 2 degrees, so you will be getting the same sign. So let's not get into that too much, because I've made several videos on the same. You can go back and watch. I have been making videos after videos every year. Every year, Sun is ingressing in Gemini sign from time immemorial. So we cannot say that, it's a unique or a very different transit. But yes, how is it going to be interacting with the planets? And what is the condition of Mercury? That is the deciding factor of this transit every year. So it is different, but with very little bit of variations. Suppose it's with, Saturn or Jupiter, then definitely it is a very major, transit. But here, there are certain things that we have to see. And the events which have taken place in the past also, we relate and connect. And that's how we come to the guidance with this tool, astrological tool. So there has been a lot of events which have happened last year, which were not that favorable. And also, we have to see how this Sun is, forming a connection with Saturn and Ketu this year also, because last year, the similar kind of configuration was there in the sky. That is, Saturn was retrograde and Ketu was also in the Gemini sign, in the, Libra sign. So again, the similar kind of conjunctions or, connections are happening. So let's get into this video, dive deep into this video and see how this transit is going to be on the global level as well as on the personal level. So in the letter segment, I'll be sharing with you my insights on the 12 ascendants predictions, or the moon sign or the Dasha sign wise. So especially when you are running the Dasha of Surya, Sun, Mercury, Mars, Rahu, or Jupiter, then this transit is definitely going to be impacting you even more. And this is the last month of the Uttarayan. Then starts the downward journey of this sun, that is the Dakshinayan. So that starts from the 16th, 17th of July. So every year we have summer solstice, we have winter solstice. As you know, on the 21st June, we have the summer solstice. That's the longest day of the year in the northern hemisphere, and in the southern hemisphere, it is the winter solstice. So we have to make a note of these solstices also, because they impact our mental well-being or, the persona, because Sun is not just, the soul. It's about the energies that we carry. So when we have to know what exactly is the focal point in our lives, so we see the Sun's position. So there your heart will always go, because Sun is the heart. So you want to go, you want to do things related to, suppose Sun is in Virgo sign. So you will be very homey, you will be in the 4th house, especially, you'll be very homey kinds. Your heart will go there all the time, to your family, to your home. So like that, you have to see. Okay. So see where your Gemini sign is in the horoscope, and how is this Sun's position in your chart. Also, you have to see another thing, that is Sun and Saturn's distance, because that is very important. When Saturn turns retrograde and Sun is either in Taurus or Gemini, Sun is mostly in the Uttarayan. I've seen, not very sure about it. I can't say with the conviction, but there are 9 places away there to each other. No, it's not every time. I take back my words. Saturn will be forming a connection with Sun when it turns retrograde, either 5 houses to 9 houses away from the Sun's position. So when we count from Sun's position, Saturn's placement. So you have to see in your natal chart also whether the sun is forming that kind of a connection with this Saturn. So check, because even if it is not written retrograde, it might be a retrograde stationary Saturn for you. Okay. Anyhow, that's something which we'll be discussing separately in some other video. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my insights on this special transit of Sun, which is entering his Sun in the celestial cabinet. Prince, Sun is the king and Prince is Mercury. So you will be very communicative. You want to just convey whatever you're going through, in your mind, and you'll be very, very vocal about whatever are your thought process, and you'll be very creative also. So I'm going to be sharing, first of all, what is the date? Sun is going to be transiting Gemini sign from the 15th of June till the 17th of July, and it's going to be transiting through the 3 nakshatras of Mrigasira, Ardhara, and Punarvasu from the 15th June to the 22nd June in Mrigasira, Ardhara from 22nd June to the July 6th, 2023, Punarvasu from 6th to the 17th of July, which is ruled by Jupiter. So you have to see the condition of Mars, Rahu, and Jupiter also, because one after the other, this sun will be ingressing in these Navmansha, in these nakshatras, and Navmanshas from the, it starts from Libra all the way till the Gemini, Navmansha, and 3 days approximately each, Navmansha, the sun will be covering. So lastly, it will be Vargottama. Last 3 days, sun will be Vargottama in Gemini. So it will give the maximum results at that time. So, and also I have seen, when there's a transition of this Mrigasira and Ardhara, so that is also, that causes a lot of calamities I've seen. Now, what is this, how we can relate with this sun in Gemini as compared to the last year? See, last year also sun was in Gemini and was forming in the air element and was forming a connection with Ketu and Saturn. Saturn was in the Aquarius sign, and at that time Ketu was in the sign of Libra again. So at that time there was this wildfires, Arizona wildfires that happened because Ketu is fiery as well. Okay. Then we had Afghanistan earthquake. So you have to make a note from the past what all has happened and connect the dots, join the dots in this time. There was a flood, massive flood in Bangladesh. Landslides also happened, so cloudbursts, heavy rainfalls, stampede in religious places can also take place. So be careful whenever, especially on the 22nd of June, when there is a transition from Mrigasira to Ardhara, because Ketu will be in Ardhara, Ketu will be in Rahu's nakshatra, Mars will, Saturn will also be in Rahu's nakshatra, and so will Sun. So these three are forming a close connectivity with each other because they are going to be in the Rahu's nakshatra. On the 23rd of June, Sun and Ketu will be at the same degrees, and on the 28th of June, Saturn and Sun will be at the same degrees in trine to each other. Now, it's said that, when they're forming a connection, Saturn and Ketu are the detaching energies, remember. So you have to be leaving your old belief system, because Saturn and Ketu are old belief systems, old thought process. So you have to leave that, come out of that zone and be more progressive, be more modern in your thought process, because this is your subconscious mind also. The third sign of Gemini, is your communication, how you communicate. It's 8 from the 8th. So you have to leave the old and start the new. So this is one thing which you have to follow. And also you have to maintain a disciplined life. You have to maintain a life with perseverance, patience, obligations. Whatever your responsibilities, they might just increase exponentially. The authorities will have some conflicts with the masses, and there can be, at the religious places, there can be some issues that can erupt, or there can be some mishaps also that can happen. Also, this can lead to coldness in the relationship between the countries also. Amongst the countries, there can be some complications that we can experience also amongst the leaders. Don't be too self-critical. This can lead to too much of, self-criticizing yourself. So you have to be careful about that as well. Also, there is a foundation that you have to lay with the stabilizing foundation, during this time, because there is a possibility of you being very, connected to your past too much. So what happens when you're too much into the past? So, you just go on anchoring for the same. So the best remedy is that declutter or unclutter your life and remove the dead wood. Any past relationship, anything which is causing too much of pain to you, this is the time to weed away with that. Okay. So this will help you rise and shine, because sun is actually, the karaka for our energy levels, our soul satisfaction as well. Okay. It leads to connections with the authorities and complications in the government, all of that also during this time. Okay. So this is what is the brief summary that I had to give you. Follow the new trends. That's what I can say. Just don't be too much backwards in your approach. Your thought process should be having some innovation, some new ideas, so that you can move ahead. All right. So let me start with the predictive. And here we go. I hope you have all understood. Okay. So let's start with the Aries natives first. And these are all live sessions. Thank you so much, everybody, for, just doing the timestamps. I'm not finding time. I've been traveling, last night also I made Bharani Nakshatra video, but I was so tired, but I did it so that, you all get the predictions. Thank you. Aries. So for Aries, fifth lord is going to be in the 11th houses away from itself. So it's a very beautiful transit for you, because it's going to be giving you some communication with the people, you're not able to do it. And it's a good time to connect with your siblings also. Very simple predictions, but at the same time, there are Saturn and Ketu in the trine. So you might have some complications in your relationships, and also with your older siblings. They can be that you have to, maybe you're going to be traveling, you're going to be planning your childbirth. You're also thinking about how you can connect with your siblings, send your siblings away from you to overseas journeys, maybe some foreign travels also on card. And this will also improve your relationship with them, or you will be getting in that zone where you actually put effort to, or extra effort to, come out of the complications that you all have been having till now. So this is a very positive time, and this is also positive for your siblings, for your children, because this is from the 5th house, the 11th house transit. So very good for your relationship with your partner, very good for your creative energies, your self-expression. Don't be self-critical though. And also this is a very positive time for you to communicate with people, write books, etc. If you are a writer yourself. Mercury will be transiting through the Gemini sign from the Mercury is also ingressing from in the Gemini sign from 24 June to July 8, and from July 8 to 25th of July in Cancer. So these two zodiac signs Mercury will be also covering. So this might bring about some new connections, some social circle might get bigger. So this is also a good time for decluttering your environment, your place where you are. So you just clean it in a way that you don't have any kind of baggage that you're carrying, just come out of the past. This is a very good time for, and don't be too self-critical. Coming to the next sign, that is Taurus. So for Taurus natives, this transit of Sun is happening in your second house. Being the ruler of the 4th house in the second house is definitely a positive transit for you. This will maybe, you're going to be very communicative with your family members. This can also lead to flamboyancy. You might just spend some money on the things that you have, you really don't need, or maybe to show off others that I have a lot of money, that is also something that you can do. And avoid any kind of commitments, if at all you can't fulfill those commitments, because Sun exalts in the 12th house of yours. So this might be that you can falter the commitments that you're making. So be careful about that. Any kind of renovation at the home front, your mother might be actually, doing well in her profession if she's working. Also a very good time to communicate in a very softer manner. Try to, because this can be that you can hurt others. So be careful about that. Just mellow down on the tone or the authoritative you and the communication with people. And also, take the help of your father, if at all you can, to make the decisions related to your finances. This is also going to be giving you some changes at the work front. Some new bosses might just come in, or there can be that you are going to be changing your way of working. So just adopt the new means rather than sticking on to the anchoring to the older ones. That thought process you have to change, modernize yourself. This is going to help you. And also this can burden you with a little bit extra responsibilities. So take care of all of that also. And just try to deal with the issues very meticulously. And you can't be just adopting for the similar kind of means which you have been adopting till now. You have to change the line of action. Don't follow the same rituals, same things again and again, because you'll not be getting the result, the kind of results you're expecting. So change your perspective, change the way of working, and you will definitely be feeling better. Mercury is going to be in your first, second, and third houses during this transit. So this is also a very good transit to make changes in your speech, maybe learn some language, travels, short journeys on cards, and also good time for connecting with your siblings and with your children. Your children will be doing well. Maybe they'll be joining some government job if at all you are a Taurus rising. Okay, so see to it that you are having a good conducive dasha also, and not the dasha like Venus, Jupiter, because they are the 6th and the 8th lords. So otherwise it is going to be a good transit for you. Coming to the next sign, that is Gemini, where the transit of this sun is happening in the first house. So this is going to be bringing about a lot of authority to you. Okay, Gemini. So let's see what Gemini has in store. So for Gemini natives, this is the being the ruler of your third house and in the first house is very good, positive time for your siblings, especially. And in case you have to manage your anger, your false ego, so this is the time to mellow down on this, all of that. So don't have that, that rigid approach. No, I have to do this. You have to follow me. All of that controlling nature of yours, that might just be heightened. So be careful, because, Geminis are that way very supportive, and they're very helpful people. So what happens when Sun, being the ruler of the third house, is transiting the first house, you experience that kind of authoritative, or you try to exercise that kind of right on others. So this can lead to increased aggression, anger. So you have to manage all of that, and don't have that, the controlling you, so that you can have that kind of good harmonious relationship. Also, this will bring about a lot of goals, achievement goals, setting of goals also is quite likely. Mercury will be transiting your 12th, 1st, and 2nd houses during this transit of Sun in the first. So you might be making some travel plans, you might be connecting with people, you might be learning new languages, you might be investing somewhere as far as your money matters are concerned. You'll be really very meticulous and calculative during this time. You might be changing your place where you are living, your abode. There are certain changes in your way to convey things also. You might be just either very polite, or you can be going very aggressive. So the choice is yours, how you want to be communicative. Is it going to be and you would definitely have a lot of courage. Your siblings have a lot of courage, or maybe your neighbors will be supportive of you, and they will be maybe helping you in your work also. Some pending tasks that you have. Sun is in the trine to Saturn and Ketu. So this is the time to learn new things and be innovative. Don't just follow the old conventional way of doing things. This might bring about some complications in relationships though, but it is definitely very positive for acquiring more knowledge, upskilling yourself also. Coming to the next sign, that is Cancer. So for Cancer natives, this transit of Sun is going to be in your 12th house zone. So this might bring about some expenditures. You feel the urge because it's the second lord in the 12th. So it might just deplete your financials. It might be that you lose money somewhere, or there are too much expenditures, because Sun has transited when I have just making the video today itself. So you will start feeling the energies from now itself that you have to spend, you have to maybe on expenditures are unnecessary, you're not able to just block those. So you have to plug those expenses if you can. You might feel a little distracted also, so it's best to just be more introspect, because it's after all the 12th house transit, and you might be just getting connected with the foreigners. Communication with the foreign lands, travels to the foreign lands is also quite likely. Mercury is going to be transiting your 11th, 12th, first houses alongside when Sun is in the 12th house, because Sun's dispositor lord is Mercury. So the transit of Mercury is very, very important. So this will lead to connections with your friends, with the influential people. You might be getting the workload increasing also from the overseas land. So you have to meet the targets. Also, this can lead to some newness in your approach also, to do things. It might just give you some health issues here and there. Take care. Your mother's health also might suffer. So take care of your mother's health as well. And also try to manage your research work. If at all you have any kind of research paper which you are writing. So this is a very positive time to work on that in a very different manner. So introduce some new ideas, innovative ideas to complete the task or complete the research work, writing the paper, etc. Also, there can be some kind of miscommunication or with your uncles, aunts, or it could be that you are going to be having some communication gap with your family members. So take care of all of that, and then things will definitely be falling in place. Because Mercury is going to be transiting positive houses. So this is going to be a very positive time, especially when you have a Mrigasira transit. But when you have Ardhara transit, you have to be taking care from the 22nd of June till the July 6th. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is Leo. Okay, so for Leo natives, this transit, your Lagnesh is going to be in the 11th house, definitely very positive, because you're going to be meeting people, you're going to be very influential. Yourself, you'll be a leader, you'll be conveying things in a very meticulous manner, you'll be delegating your work, your professional career rise, and also this is going to be giving you a lot of authority. So you have to organize everything well, because this is going to be an overwhelming time for you, because there is lots on your plate and you're going to be traveling, you're going to be communicating with many people during this time, some meetings, important meetings. Also, this can lead to some kind of initiation of relationship. Relationship could be with, your opposite gender, or it could be that you are going to be meeting somebody who is going to be playing a very important and vital role in your life right now. It is a very, very important transit for you whenever it is in the 11th house of yours. So this can lead to, triggering all the events now, and connection is going to be with people in a very innovative manner. Like you are going to be very innovative, or you'll be doing something very new. This is a very beautiful time to innovate yourself or discover yourself. Whatever is lost, inside you, you're going to be discovering that. It's like contemplating energy also, okay, introspecting energy also. And you're going to be communicating with the society, the community you move around in. You might be getting into that business that you have been waiting for also, because Sun-Mercury combination is very good for business also. So this Mercury is going to be in your 10th, 11th, and 12th houses during the Sun's ingress in the 11th house. So this is also a good time for investments, connecting with your siblings, connecting with your job, setting those goals and achieving those goals as well, and getting that name and fame that you have been waiting for. Also, this can increase the expenditures, especially from July 8th to 25th of July. But at the same time, this is overall a very positive transit for making money out of money as well. And you have to work on your interpersonal relationship, because Saturn is in trine to Sun, and Sun is going to be in Ardhara Nakshatra and at the close vicinity to Ketu and Saturn. Also, I've given the dates. It's on the 23rd and the 28th. Especially be careful, because this might lead to complications and relationship issues with your siblings, with your partner, and also in your business. You can have some complications, some union strike or something can also happen. So take care of all of that. And definitely promotion can also happen with Mercury's ingress in the positive signs. All right. Coming to the next sign, that is Virgo. So for Virgo natives, this sun is going to be ingressing in your 10th house. So definitely a very positive time. So is Mercury. Mercury is going to be in your 9th, 10th, and 11th houses when Sun is in the 10th house, ingressing in the 10th house. So this might bring about too much of name and fame, connection with your seniors, bosses, communicating with them. You will be definitely propagating you'll be propagating good things about your career, and you will be actually making the best use of your productivity also. You are going to be delegating the job properly now. 10th house will uplift you, actually. 10th house transit, because Sun is Digbala also here. And Sun is in the friendly zone of Mercury. Mercury and Sun are friends. So it's like, in the celestial cabinet, they are the father and the child. So this is a very positive time for gaining that authority. And also, you have to leave that unconventional path now. Your thought process needs to be modernized. If you want to have, if you want your ideas to be heard, you have to be more creative. You have to be more innovative and new. Bring that newness in yourself so that, the ideas are accepted. And declutter your environment, follow the right path. Also, disciplined life. Don't procrastinate. Don't be lazy. So this will actually be a helpful transit for you. And luck is going to be by your side. You might be traveling also during this transit, especially from this June 7th to the 24th of June, especially when, Mercury is in your 9th house. So this might bring about some travels, overseas connections, being the ruler of your 12th in the 10th house. So 11th house is away from itself. So this is definitely going to uplift you at the workplace, and some overseas connection also are possible. Okay, so make the best use of this transit and don't deplete your financials. Save them, save your money. Unnecessary expenditures are not called for. Coming to the next sign, that is Libra. For Libra natives, this transit of Sun is going to be in your 9th house. So this is definitely going to be bringing about some fruitful results. You might be having a lot of spiritual inclination. Your luck is by your side. You're going to be learning new lessons, learning new things. You might be traveling overseas, because Sun is in Gemini sign, which is also the ruler of your 12th house, going for further education. You have to change your perspective, bring some newness to your thought process, your learning. You might be, coming out of that zone where you have been just following the conventional path, or you have to brush up your skills. You have to upgrade yourself. Only then you will be getting a little better. Also, this is going to form a connection with the overseas people. You have to plan your progeny, your childbirth, conception also during this time, if at all you are already thinking of. Jupiter is in the Kendra, Sun is in the trine. So these are good connections which are forming, and Ketu is in the Lagna, and Mars is looking at Ketu though, and Sun is also being aspected by this Ketu, and we see the trinal connections. So this might bring about some health issues to your father or to yourself also. Some headaches, you can have some complications in relationships also. So make sure that you are forming that, on the 23rd and 28th especially. Take care of your relationships. And also, don't be too overindulgent. This might bring about some, complications with your siblings also. So take care of all of that. Help your father in his work. Maybe your father is going to be getting transferred, or, there is some change that you can anticipate. Father can be getting some promotion also, quite likely. Okay. So this is a good transit for you, actually, Don't argue much with your own people. Coming to the next sign, that is Scorpio. Okay. For Scorpio natives, this transit is happening in your 8th house. Now, 8th house is the house where it is too dark. Now you want to illuminate that. Some secrets will be revealed. Don't be too involved in other people's matters, and don't commit. No false commitments, please. Otherwise, you will have some complications at the workplace. And there can be that you are having lots of upheavals at the workplace. Workload is increasing. Overseas connections might give you, may falter. Some money which was supposed to come in might just get delayed. Some bad debts, bankruptcy, all of that can also be seen from all of this, whatever is happening. And also you have to control your anger. Some arguments or anger issues can also be on the high. So be careful, keep a constant check on your mental setup, on your thought process, on your tongue, what exactly you are uttering. You have to be careful of all of that. But at the same time, Sun in the 8th house is not considered, the luminaries are not considered to be bad in the 8th house, for sure, alongside Mercury. So this is not a bad transit, bad transit, but it will bring about some ups and downs in the career front. Overall, it is a good transit for purchasing and selling of property also, if at all you're thinking of all of that as well. Children might be getting some new assignments, job, or they might be just also thinking of a move, for further studies. All right. So this is a sort of a mixed transit, I would say. And 8th house transit is not considered to be that bad. Please don't. Some events actually trigger when 8th house transit of Sun happens. Then it starts moving into the zone where he is comfortable. So it's like, the end of some old things, and you're now becoming new. You're starting afresh everything. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. So for Sagittarius natives, this transit of Sun is in the 7th house. 7th house is a zone where Sun actually descends. Sun is setting. So this might bring about some problems in your relationships. Your communication might be only actually, giving you that negativity in your relationship. So you have to be careful with whatever you are speaking, whatever you are planning, whatever you're doing alongside, in your relationship and work and life. So you're not able to balance that. Sun debilitates in the 7th house. Why? Because, this is the zone ruled by Venus, and Sun is not about bhoga. Sun is not about enjoyments. Sun is the king. He's the authority. He's solo. 7th house is of masses. So he is it's like a king coming to the zone where masses are there, where his people are. So what happens, this becomes a little uncomfortable situation for this position for this Sun. So that's the reason, we have like the leaders, they are always surrounded by the guards or the, or the security people, because the masses, they can attack, or there can be some, some lack of connectivity, then, in a negative sense, I would say. So that is why, it is not considered to be good for the king to be in the near the people, the masses, the leaders. So that's the reason, there can be some miscommunication, there can be some mishap which can happen when Sun is in the 7th house, and it is losing its, the leaders are dimming their light, when they are in the 7th house. So that's the reason when your Sun is going to be, for your personal level, it is going to be not that great for relationships. So you have to be careful. You have to, you can be very cold, you can be detached, there can be complications with your siblings also. And what you communicate or whatever you start doing might just, falter, or it's just like a reversal for you. So be careful, and just start studying more, during this time. Read more books and scriptures, or something which gives you peace and uplifts you also, internally. So this will help you. It's like, bringing that Sun in you to power. Give that power to sun, and sun gets power when you enlighten yourself, when you uplift yourself, because it's the ninth lord. Be more spiritual, be more connected to the religious belief systems. Maybe, go to a religious place during this time. It will help you. Okay. And this can give you some kind of irritability also during the Mercury's ingress in Gemini sign as well. So you have to be careful in your communication. Okay. Might be too argumentative also. Coming to the next sign, that is Capricorn. Capricorn. So for Capricorn natives, this transit is happening in your 6th house, being the ruler of your 8th, transiting the 6th house. See, for Capricorn and Aquarius, any which ways, sun is the Akara Graha. So Saturn and sun are actually the opposite energies. If sun is the king, Saturn is the masses. If sun is light, Saturn is darkness. If sun is hot, Saturn is cold. And this leads to a lot of communication gap with your people, with your authorities. This might bring about some, you have to put little extra effort to become successful. This might bring about some health issues. Sun is the Dhanvantari after all, and Saturn and Ketu are in trine to the sun. So this might deplete the energies of sun. You might have fevers, you might have headaches. You can have some pains in your arms, in your shoulders. You can have all of that as well. So take care. And this can give you, what do you call it? You become very, you become very, sun in the 6th house, sun in the 6th house. You become very competitive with this. So what happens when you are very competitive with Saturn and Ketu also in the trine? You actually, become very detached. You see, competitive with your own friends, with your colleagues, etc. is good. But to that extent that you lose your, personal touch, you become very detached, indifferent, and cold. So that energy you have to work through during this transit, because Saturn is the ruler and you become very, very, very practical. So this might bring about detachment with your own people. There can be detachment with your work culture, with your colleagues, with your bosses. You're not able to convey anything correctly, or the way you are connecting with them, they are not actually feeling that kind of chemistry and bonding with you, which a leader needs. If you want to be, a leader, you have to be. See, yogas are forming with, they are formed with when 2 planets are there. So there is no Viprit Raj Yoga like this when, 8th Lord is in the 6th house. It has to be forming a connection with the Lord of the 6th also. So if Mercury also joins in here, then this can be a yoga, because the 6th Lord and the 8th Lord will be forming a connection, which will be happening from June 24 to July 8. So that will be Viprit Raj Yoga. And Viprit Raj Yoga means that in the adverse situations, you will be rising. So you have to go through the adverse, the obstacles, and then you rise. So maybe some health issues, maybe some obstacles at the workplace, and then you go ahead. Okay, so that is what is the Viprit Raj Yoga. Any Raj Yoga, any yogas which are forming, they have to be forming a connection with the house lords, connecting with each other. Alone, a planet never forms a yoga. Okay, so this can give you bad debts, loans, litigation, etc. So be careful about all of that, those energies. Please make in the timestamp the Viprit Raj Yoga, please. If somebody is doing the timestamps, please. So coming to the Aquarius sign, please do mention Viprit Raj Yoga I have mentioned. Okay, for Aquarius rising, this transit of sun is in your 5th house. 5th house is the natural in the zodiac, sun rules this. So this might bring about, a lot of connection with people in a very intelligent manner. You'll be very intellectually inclined, and you might have, those romantic affairs, or you can have some kind of intellectual combats, or maybe you will be meeting somebody who's very intellectually inclined, and you get on that, in that zone where you are striking a good conversation, a healthy conversation. That those kinds of, combats you will be coming across often when sun is in the 5th house. You have to keep control on your words though, because Third sign is the words, the communication, which might just be piercing, hurting. Children might be becoming very agitated also during this time, if at all you have children, if you're married. So this might be a difficult time in your love affair also, because there can be some communication gap, or it can bring about some, um, you know, see, Sun is isolating energy with Saturn and Ketu in the trine also. So you become very uh, lonely. You are lonely. You want to detach from the world. You want to be doing things in an authoritative manner, and you expect the other, or you want to exercise the right on others. You want others to behave the way you wish to. That is also the Sun in in any sign. And it said that Sun actually burns the signification of the house he sits in. That is why it is not considered to be good for children when Sun is in the fifth house. It will burn the significations of the fifth house zone, so it will give you problems in the love life. Some ex will come into your life and will spoil the love relationship that you are in currently. Mercury will be forming a connection with the Sun from the June 24 to July 8. So that's the time when you will be feeling these energies even more. 23rd and 28th of June, when Ketu and Saturn will be in the exact trine to the Sun. So you have to be taking care of the relationship with your children, with your partner, the creativity that you have. All of that can definitely trigger all these significations even more. Your travels might be a little cumbersome. You might be going more spiritual. You might be getting spiritually inclined. You might be visiting some religious places also during this time, quite likely. Also, this will be very good time for investments. It will give you, when Mercury especially transits there as well and joins the Sun. So that will be a good time from 24th of June to 8th of July. So it is going to be a very uplifting energy in those areas, especially. And make the best use of your intellect, your educational skills. Maybe you're going to be uplifting yourself, going overseas. That is also quite possible. For studies, for higher learning, it's a good transit. Okay. But to combat, to be in a combat, to be in a war, arguments, etc. So be careful about all of that. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is the last one, Pisces. Pisces. Miracles do happen. So for Pisces, being the ruler of your sixth house, this transit is happening in your fourth house. Very good for your uncles, for your aunts. Very good time to pay off your loans, debts, and also a very good time to get connected with your family members. But don't be too authoritative. Don't expect too much. This might bring about some changes also. This might bring about some discomfort in your home front also, because your Sun actually depletes the energies or burns the energies of the sign he sits in, or the house he sits in. So Mercury is in a way getting impacted here also, when Mercury is also going to be from June 24 to July 8 in the fourth house. This might bring about it might just make you very homey. You might be just too authoritative. Your mother can be too authoritative. You want to be exercising your right, or you're very dominating during this time with your family members. So you have to accept everybody as they are, rather than just putting them in that situation that you make them accept yourself, your thought process, your viewpoint. Don't impose, don't pile up, don't pile on the baggage of your thought process on others. Change your thought process. You are in that primitive thought process. You have to change. You have to come out of that zone. Be more innovative. Do things which actually uplift others, rather than just trying to uplift yourself only. Don't confine yourself to yourself. Don't be too selfish. Don't be too egoistic. Just because Sun is in the fourth house, where Sun loses the Digbala completely. So you will be having a very you'll be feeling low on energy also when Sun is because this is a midnight time. Sun feels very depleted. Sun's energies feels very depleted. So it can lead to some health issues to your mom, or it can also lead to some health issues to your to your mother and your family. Someone in the family might be in the hospital. You have to visit. Okay, I don't want to say all these negative things, but can't help it. When I see something, I have to. And also Saturn and Ketu are in the 8th house and the 12th houses, as you can see. So this is also one of the reasons that you will feel a little uncomfortable during this transit. But it is good when Mercury joins the sun, good for business growth, good for getting married, good for communicating with people. And also your mother's health will improve it if at all your mother is suffering. And you will be able to pay off your loans. Any health issues that you're going through will also get better. Okay, so this is it for all the 12 ascendants, moon sign, or the Dasha sign wise predictions. And you definitely will be getting in that zone where you are thinking about new ideas, new energies, innovative energies. So change your thought process. Change your thought process. This is like, the last month in the Uttarayan. So make the best use of it, because you can do all the auspicious stars during this time, the auspicious ceremonies during this time, but not later when sun is in the Dakshinayan, or the southern journey towards the southern hemisphere. So make sure that you are making the best use of the sun's ingress in Gemini sign. Be more communicative, be more innovative, be new, follow the right path. Om Tat Sat.